Liam, thanks to Stellenbosch FC for affording us this opportunity. On the clock, 15 minutes we'll spend with the coach or less. Coach Barker, take us through what you saw in 90 minutes, and I think 5 minutes was added.
Evening, gentlemen. Just summarizing the game. It's always a tough one when you come so soon after the game that your thoughts are still gathering how it went, obviously with the emotions in the match. But I'll try and sum it up. I thought first half was a really good half from ourselves. I thought that we created the better chances in the first half. I think a lot of our box entries and getting in behind was on their left-hand side, with Devon Titus getting in behind and a couple of balls played into the box. So it was fitting that we were able to get in behind again. And then obviously Titus then, I don't know if it's his goal or it's Rainer's goal, but it obviously we got the ball in there, and then it was just really a good time to score, obviously just on half time, which I felt based on the first half, I felt that we deserved it. Second half was a bit of a different sort of type of game where Chiefs controlled the ball a lot better, put us a lot on the back foot. And then we became the team that needed to sort of play on transition, defend deep, deny them space in behind where they are really dangerous, and look to counter-attack and hopefully get a second goal and hopefully kill the game off. It didn't really happen until close to the end of play with Antonio van Wyk getting in behind. But second half we had to dig deep, we had to defend really well, we had to defend the numbers, we had to find a lot of will and desire and commitment, energy to just keep them at bay. So I just cannot speak highly enough of this group of players. I think it's now 19 games unbeaten, which 15 are wins. And I think you can see out there that the effort that they put in, I think they deserve everything that they're getting. A massive result for us to get into the position we are, and solidify that second position with 9 games left for us to play. So it's still a lot of football to be played, 27 points to play for, but if you had asked me beginning of the season we would be in the position that we are, I would have probably not agreed with you or believed you. So sometimes it's a bit surreal for myself as well, the run that we're on. But it's about focus, concentration, getting back up Saturday, another big game against Kakune. So there's no rest for the wicked. We've got to get ourselves back to Cape Town, rest and recover, and put on a big performance against a team that's also in good form.
Congratulations, Coach. We'll go straight away. Let us take it up.
Coach, you said something interesting that you would have taken this, or you wouldn't have believed you guys would be in this position at the start of the season. So does that mean that you think you guys are overachieving based on your projections and targets for this season?
Look, I think if you look at, there was quite a number of changes to our squad beginning of the season. We obviously lost a lot of key players, and if you go back to the log table and you look, I think after 6-7 games we weren't in the most healthiest of positions, and hence a little bit, I thought maybe this season might be another sort of consolidation type season. But to be fair, all the players that have come in, once we got to know the strengths, of a Modeswani, of a Janino Palace, of a Urani Set, of a Toure, to name a few. Once we sort of figured out the best way for us to play with the new players that we have, I think it's 6 months ago that we last lost a game, the end of October against Sundowns. I think we then found our mojo, and then what's happened is that's the part that at that stage I didn't believe. I do believe now that we're here, I do believe that it is possible for us to continue, but it's all about just remaining calm, focused, concentrated, and consistent performances.
Coach, congratulations on the victory and the good run as well. As you say, 19 games unbeaten. I'm looking at the structure and just the flow of how the telepathy between these players, how they understand each other, and I think also credit has to give to a lot of coaching that has gone into that. If you were to look in this run of 19 games, what has made it possible for you to maintain this, and also see some players also growing as well? with the contribution of them making the national team?
Yeah, look, I do think that we've got a small squad, so sometimes it can be challenging having a small squad, but at the same time it also has its advantages because everybody, I believe, is playing a massive role and playing a part. Sometimes players are starting and others are coming off the bench, and it's then the other way around. So I think the whole team is committed in a good space. They all feel that they're contributing to the cause. And again, as I said, beginning of the season, players like Devin Titus, Jaden Adams, Antonio van Wyk, Sibanda, Ati Nkosi, all our young players they've got experience now. They've learned how to not lose matches. We've won a cup. I think that taste of success, they see the success also gets individual rewards with some players getting called up for Bafana. So yeah, we're in a good space at this stage, and everybody's contributing and everybody's playing a massive role. So I think you can see we've got an attacking lineup that all are capable of scoring goals, creating goals. So in attack, I think we're a difficult team to play against. And now if we can just solidify the way we defended, 2 clean sheets back to back, I think we can continue on a good run.
Thank you. Good evening, Coach. Congratulations on the victory. Obviously, just before this game, you had gone 18 games unbeaten. Do you think that your opposition, do you personally think that they still, shivers when teams come here, particularly your side, when you come here with 18 games unbeaten? Do you think that you said to your players, you know what, I think we can beat these guys and let's show them who we are?
Yeah, I think, any game in the league is difficult. I can never underestimate or understate the fact that whatever team you play in this league, whether you're playing top of the log or bottom of the log, you have to play well to win the game. So we knew coming here that we have to play well to win the match. Chiefs have got some really good players and match winners in their team. I thought although the results are not going their ways, they sort of the way they've been playing is a lot better than what the results are showing, and I could see it analysing the game against Milford, which they probably should have won 4-5-0. They didn't. It was just a matter of them, maybe not taking the chances they create. So when we come here, obviously the key is knowing that, they are a bit under pressure and need to get a result. But the longer the game goes without them leading the game, then it does become a bit more difficult for them. And we knew that maybe the game will play out like that, which it did. We got our goal, and then it was second half. I felt they played really well. They really put us on the back foot. So in the end, a big result for us.
Coach, congratulations on a good run. I just want to pick your brain, Coach, on the 2 teams that are more consistent, yourselves and Sundowns. There's more noise about Sundowns doing so well in the league, but from your side, there's nothing said about your players and the beautiful stats that you've created through the season. Is it something that you look at even from your PR side, where you say, apart from the physical game that is being played on the field, are we doing enough to talk about this Stellenbosch team with little resources, smallest squad? Your players are not getting the credit that they really deserve. Is it something that you look at as a coach and as your management, that we really need to start talking about these boys? Like you said, they're getting call-ups and all of that. I mean, they're going for every point that is on offer, but there's nothing much that is being said, even from us, the media.
Yeah, I was going to say that's your responsibility, I think. To be honest with you, me as a person, as a club, I think we're a humble club that, the less said, the better. In my opinion, we go about our business the way we do our business. Sometimes, being a little bit under the radar, and that is not a bad thing. I just look at a player like Devin Titus, for example. I again have a fear that, if you look at his goals, contributions, assists, goals scored, he should win Young Player of the Season if it was tomorrow by a country mile. Whether that happens, I don't know. But I do feel it's those type of instances where maybe not enough is said about some of the achievements of what individual players are doing and what we're doing as a team. But we're not out there to try and buy people seeing what we're doing by telling them. I think we just go about our business the way we do, and eventually I do believe we'll get the credit and the reward that we deserve.
Coach, you spoke about securing a second spot just on the log, and I think the reality of that, if you do, is that you'd be playing in the Champions League. Does that now become a conversation, perhaps in your team, just playing at that level? And if you do you think you have enough to compete at that level with the squad that you have and all of the stuff that you've mentioned?
Yeah, look, I think, as I said, I do believe that there's a lot of football still to be played. There's 9 matches. So I don't think we can get ahead of ourselves and say that is our sort of where we have to finish or whatever. I think we've laid a foundation that it can be a possibility. But I do believe that our initial start of the season was to perhaps get into a final of a cup and keep the consistency in the league, which was a 4th place finish and a 6th place finish. So we're well within that target. So I wouldn't want to start increasing any pressure on us or the team that 2nd place is now there, and we have to that all should be on our mind. I think it's just continue to take it game by game, which we always do. And obviously the closer you get to the end of the season and you are perhaps still in that position, then it does become a reality. To answer your other part of the question, it's I believe we're a club that do think and sort of plan ahead, so we are mindful should that situation occur, that we would have to sort of think about how we would approach it and what we would require to be able to be competitive both there and to remain competitive in the league.
Coach Parker, Liam, Stellenbosch, you want the last one? Quick one, leader.
Just on the match situation.
Sorry about that, Coach. I didn't see his hand.
Just on the match situation, looking at how things turned out tactically, was there a particular plan for Ash and as well as Ox knowing that they are former players?
Yeah, no, actually we know his capabilities and his pace, and he's dangerous. I must say I was a bit more worried second half with the formation they had with him down the middle. I thought that's when they looked at their most dangerous. So we obviously know that they do attack the space behind and they're really good on transition. So from a tactical point of view, it was just getting the balance right of if there's no pressure on the ball to defend the space and let them have the ball in front. The last thing we wanted to be caught was sort of with a high line and a ball played in behind. And obviously they have good players in the pockets in terms of Shabalala, Modi coming inside. And so we're also aware of that. So they are a difficult team to defend against because they can do both. But definitely we're mindful of players like Ashley. And obviously we know Mtetwa really well. I think you could see as the game went longer, he became more influential, getting on the ball more. He just gets stronger as the game goes on. So, that could have also been dangerous for us.
Coach Parker, stay safe in Joburg. Travel safe to Cape Town. Enjoy your weekend against Kukuni. Thank you very much, Liam.
Thank you.